in a realm where the sun fades behind the fight. Every scar is a story, every tear is a flame. In this game of survival, nothing stays the same. We break, we fall, but we rise again. Through shattered hopes and the cries of men. Through the darkness, through the pain, we'll build again. We'll stand through the rain. The trials may come, but I won't bow. This is my fight and I'll make it somehow. The road is long, the nights are cold, but the dreams I carry burn like gold. In the chaos, I found my place. A spark of hope in the empty space.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pax Dei, the search for steel. As one would think, yes, I am late. And why? Technical difficulties. And we've overcome them, so let's get on with tonight's episode. So basically, we want to do some leveling strategies in Pax Dei, maybe go over the careers that you might want to pursue. We want to understand learning styles and their influence on MMO development and gameplay. And the question for tonight is, what is your favorite tip for leveling up quickly in Pax Dei? Or share your thoughts on how you learned best in games, or learn best in games. So let's start out with that leveling nugget that I promised. I am curious what might be going on. Interesting. Interesting. I have another technical difficulty. I just seem to be having technical difficulties all over the place. That's alright. We'll fix them as we come up with them. That's not what I want to do. I'm off on another screen doing multitasking. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, so let's optimize gameplay. So this is going to be a difficult one. And the reason why I say it's a difficult subject is this game is crafted in a style that allows you to pursue the career goal that you want. With that said, the career goals are, well, there's 16 of them. But before we do any of this, let's take a look at it, because this is important. You have your combat skills. If you want to be an adventurer, you will need to be proficient in weaponry. Now, as you can see, I'm more bows and blocking. You're going to get blocking of a 40 if you do combat. And blocking is essential in combat. So you do that literally every time that you're in combat. Right now I'm a 16 at polearms. So I would say for the most part, I'm a hand spears guy. I have some great axe capability, but bows, hand spears, and great swords. Those are my three, and swords. Those are my 4 paths, right? So this center area, we can talk about skilling those in a second, but for the most part, you're going to get proficient in block automatically because you have to go out and get stuff. And when you go out and get stuff, you encounter the world. The encounters are mostly animals sometimes, and you can avoid the PvE for the most part. But animals are harder to avoid, and some you're going to have to attack. For instance, boars. When you start out, boars are going to be a difficult fight for you. It doesn't mean it's impossible, but this is where you're going to gain one of your skills. I went with bows right away because it was a distance attack, and I could keep my distance from most things for the most part. Boars, wolves, dire wolves, they all attack fairly quickly, and they'll get up on you. And this is where the block comes in. Bows are they don't have a block, so you're going to have to switch weapons. Well, which one is more strategically, well, I shouldn't say strategically. Which character do you want to portray? At first, I'm bows and swords, right? Great swords and bows. So it was the classic ranger, right? And I'm okay with that. Then I was like, you know, I need a few more weapons. I need some selection because as you increase your blacksmithing and weaponsmithing, you're going to gain access to more powerful weapons. And sometimes the weapon group that you have trained is not a part of those selections. We'll stay on combat for now. Just because you're going to use it. So if I go back to my weaponsmith workbench, and I look at my recipes, you can see I only have a few that I know. My greatsword is the next level of my greatsword. So right now I've been using my simple arming sword, which is more powerful than my elegant greatsword. So my elegant greatsword's blocking is 12 and 28. But because of my simple arming sword, I have a blocking of 14 and 25. So right now I'm just moving up my simple arming sword. The reason my simple elegant or my elegant greatsword is so high is because I'm a 38 on it, and I can make it. However, with a greatsword, it's a two-handed weapon, which means you have to block with it. So it's a 12. By the way, if you hit Alt while you're in this screen, you'll see the base rating of the object. So 6 and 18 is the base. Skill level 1, no modifiers. Because I'm a skill 38 or 39, my block is 12 and my slash is 28. That's the increase from 6 to 18 to 12 to 28. Alt. I think either Alt. I use the left Alt. Left Alt. Let's do left Alt is what you want. So keep that in mind when you're leveling up weapons and you're actually going out into the world for your career. If you want to be a hunter or a leather maker, you're gonna want different how should I say it? Give me a second. Different choices for weapons, especially if your blacksmithing is low. And that's why I carry 2 weapons. But the more weapons you carry, yeah, you get the point. The less you can carry, right? Because there's nothing here. This is it. This is all you got for slots. And 1 through 8 here, this bottom row, you can carry stuff in there. That's your quick selection bar. So I hit 2, I get that weapon. I keep that weapon and potions. The food, I don't. I don't want to. And that there's several reasons for that. Right now I'm looking for a different combination. Like the hero sarges is 32. This is, see that fatty boar stew has 60 on max stamina. It's freaking amazing. But I don't have mushrooms. That's my problem. Maybe I go get more mushrooms. Mushrooms are in the spooky forests. It's hard to get them. Let me see what else I can, because you have to have 3 different types of food. That's the other hot tip. If I have blackberry syrup and red currant and venison, I can select them. And I want the max I can get, because you want that fatty boar stew is 60 on the stamina, so it's one of the best you can get. But the mushrooms are hard to find. They're just not impossible, but they're in a difficult area. You have to be able to take a dire wolf at the minimum. Here's the bear round. Here's wolf sausage. So if I take the wolf sausage, what's that? That's 5 minutes. So 30, 30, 26, 26. So that's right there. That's adding 56 to both of my health and stamina. And then if I eat or drink this, that's another 32. 49 on health and 32. So blackberry syrup is really powerful. I want elderberry, but I have to get my cooking up for that. Let me see what other drinks I have. Alcohol does specific protections from like cold, fire, mental attacks, which I have not gotten a taste of yet. So that should be interesting when I actually find something that will be a issue. Not saying it's not now, I haven't recognized it. And that's going to be part of our learning today. How we learn. What's this? That's fatty boar. I really like that combination of fatty boar. Let's do this. See, this grape is 27 with stamina regen of 1.1, which is really nice. But the duration's only 15 minutes. Let's see if I have any. I just put the fatty boar stew here. Not that I need it for where I'm going to be going, and that's the other thing you want to ensure is the fact that I really don't need this for now, but I do need to find my red currant syrup, because I think I want to try the combination, and that's how I learn as we're kind of melding the. There it is. See how much red currant I have. So let me do this. I'll keep this over here. Let's try. That's wolf. Let's try these. That's 222. Wow, that's good health. But stamina is where you fight and you get tired. So honestly, it's not a great combination. It's not bad. It's just not great. But it's good enough for teaching people about tonight's lessons. All right, let's see. What else do I need here? And notice my health is going up very slowly. So what I'll do is I'm going to keep this wolf sausage, and I'll try a different combination and see what happens there. And your potions are going to be useful. However, potion, if you're not an alchemist, you're going to have to buy the potions from somebody or have a clan provide the potions for you. And this is what I mean when I first said we're going to have to choose a career. As you see, and I'll go back to my journal, I'm not a master at anything other than mining and woodcutting, and you will be too, because that's you need to be. But as far as carpentry, I'm up there, but I'm not really a good carpentry is how you build your house, so you're gonna get there as well. Furniture and different chests and stuff. I think everybody will get a decent level in carpentry. Notice how level 36, and I can make all this stuff, and this is a great addition from the devs, by the way. All this. Everything that says 1 is what you can craft in when you're level 1. I still haven't gotten that griffin. I know what it is because I've seen it people think, but yeah, I haven't. But the you discover things by different means. One is killing PvE. Let's see. This is all we can get. This would take forever to go through, but all these level 1s are basically what you can do at level 3, of course. So when I get up to level 30, what am I? 36. 36 is the highest level. So there's nothing after 35. So I can build everything in carpentry. So honestly, I don't need to pursue level 40 until the devs come up with something. Charcuterie is a little bit different, but I'm 34, which means I can do premium butchered wolf. However, I'm not mastering it, so basically I'll get that level up just to master it, so I don't waste any, and that gives you different cuts of meat. So we can have an entire episode on each individual, but what I'm trying to do is give you an idea of how complex this game could be, and they're adding to this. I think they're going to add farming. Don't hold me to that, but there's another one because they added skinning, and I'm already up to level 24. I kill everything and skin everything. It doesn't mean I carry everything back to my home. I throw most of it away, honestly. Blacksmithing is a big one. Blacksmithing allows you to do a lot of cool stuff. However, because blacksmithing is very costly, I'm at level 30. So at 31, I get steel studs, the ability to make steel studs, steel nails, gold ingots. When I find pure gold, I haven't found them. I think it's in the Merry Wildlands, but I gotta find it. And that's and these are all for higher level stuff, right? The large wrought iron sword blade, right? But there should be a interesting. I gotta look. Your blacksmithing allows you to make stuff, and I've gotten most of it, right? Because I'm up at 30. Fletching is my bow and arrows. I gotta get this up because I am an archer, and honestly, 19 is not the highest. I know I can go above that. Maybe I can go above the other ones as well. But point being is I have 52,000 more experience points. So maybe I will do that real quick. I'm not sure. Up to you, though. If you want to be a hunter for the cook, that's something. Right? And in combat, you'll be more of like a ranger, maybe a support. And the other one is tailor. I like doing tailor just because I'm not a very good tailor. Oh, crap. I need at least one weapon. I forgot. It's always good that when you leave your home, even in your home valley, that you carry a weapon. Always a good thing. You can't carry as much, but honestly, it's not a big deal. And what I'll do is, let me see if I can put this. Nope. Man, I have so much fat. I gotta finish my house too. You design your own house, but that's all on you at that point. Let's see. Red. I really want to be wine, but I don't have the skill yet. My wine, and that's what is this? Wolf sausage. Oh, wolf sausage. That's that. Okay. That's hero sausage. Hero sausage is really good, but you need here, let me show you. You need the advanced skills, right? And when you get up to hero sausage, you need lemongrass, which is hard as heck to find. But I found some. Bear meat, which you're going to have to get your combat up, or you're going to have to rely on your clan members. Animal intestines and lards are easy. You get those pretty much everywhere. I like this fine venison. The deer round is what I need with rosemary. So I need, let me add that to my, add that to my, I need intestines, I think it said lard. I know my deer round somewhere here. What's this? That's the bear stew. I bought bear stew from somebody's market. Oh, it's so good. I want to get to it. And I need one more thing. Oh, the rosemary. Rosemary's up here. Rosemary isn't as hard to find, but it's still in the lands that are not exactly great to go. And that's the other thing, right? You don't want to oh, deer round. What did I pick? A wolf. I picked deer. Ingredients are specific. I just didn't pay attention. There's wolf. Deer. With, I think it's one deer round, or wolf round per. I want venison. Deer round? Yeah, I was right. What the heck am I doing? I'm thinking I'm doing venison stuff. Why would it be? Why would you need wolf? And the other thing you can do is keep order, because if you don't keep orderly, it's hard. It's a hard knot to play. I have all these cool wolf, 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 wolf. Can I have deer? Ah, keep going to that one. See what I mean? That was just me not engaging. I can make it, but I don't have a place to put it. I have plenty of chests. I just need to craft a good way of storing things. Let's bear around. Era? Oh. Wolf. Deer. Here we go. Alright. So you take that, and to do fine venison, it's a two diamonds. So if you want to be able to do this for yourself, you're going to have to do cooking, right? You're going to have ranks in cooking, which means you're going to have to forge all these ingredients. This is from the spooky, not the forest, but the spooky plains. This is pretty much from any animal. That's pretty much from, I think it's deer. And of course, deer round, you're going to have to get your charcuterie up. Or the charcuterie. I don't know. I call it charcuterie. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're calling it. And then, as long you store it in the in its carcass form, don't, unless you're practicing the charcuterie, which is here. These are the premium spots, and like I said, when you do this, it's a poorly parted wolf, which you get one or two things from, and then you go to parted, and then these are all role-playing terms, by the way, because you can have a conversation without going, yeah, I'm level 35. You can say, yeah, I can poorly part a bear, and people are like, oh, I know it. That's a level 34 skill. So they can get the idea without you actually breaking character, which I love. It's a great thing. I need arrows. As a matter of fact, I keep carrying around these raisins, and they're good for when I go actually out and about, but when I'm actually trying to carry stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to build up tailoring. Where is it? Here it is. I need 400,000, and it's easy. tailoring not only makes you stylish, it does provide a little bit of armor, by the way. So if you're around your home valley, you pretty much can wear what you want to wear if you have a decent skill set. So this boar, oh gosh, yeah, I'm out of it tonight. I don't know what it is. Hey, in the chat, wake me up. As a matter of fact, I will wake you up really quick. There we go. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to set a comment here. If you play Pax Dei, what's the one thing you wish you knew when you started leveling in Pax Dei? Oh, that's a really tough question, because when I started Pax Dei, there was literally no guide. I had no guide. And you can ask other players for sure, but I wanted to figure it out for myself. I wanted that thrill, right? I shouldn't be going 100 arrows. But I wanted that thrill of learning, exploring, not asking so many questions, but if somebody did offer the wisdom, I would certainly take it. By the way, if you don't want to continue to hit W, just hit the Q, and it'll walk or run depending on which one you're selected last. And since Aiden said hi, I will. He seems like a good guy, so I'm gonna say. I don't know how to spell boy, so I'll do this one. I always do that. I'm going to drop all of it because I don't need any of it. But skinning, I get skinning points experience, so that's what I do. And then I will gather up all the flax I can, because right now it's either cotton or flax. If I wanted cotton, I'd have to go to the Mare Wildlands, which isn't a bad deal, but I don't want to travel that far tonight. And a lot of people, you spend a lot of time skilling in this game, but I like how they do that. If you spend the time, you skill. If you don't spend the time, you don't skill. Flax is for linen. I didn't say that before. Flax is for linen. But you can make rough, you can make coarse, you can make fine, or you can make just linen. But the more flax I get, the more linen I can make, which you have to use in when you get more advanced in your armor. So think of it as this. If I was going to be tailor? Yeah, if I was going to be a tailor, I would be useful to my clan because I would make the more rare products, right? Where people wouldn't want to have to go forage for certain things, right? And even low-level people in your clan who can contribute, right? If you're not the tailor and you're just a resource gatherer, you can get plenty of flax, right? I could see if I started a clan, I would have a supply captain, and then I would have his group. I would have his group be the ones that have my resource management. So here's where an MMO could be set up like a company, right? And you can actually really provide leadership and management styles. You can apply all these to the MMO. I'm telling you, it is huge. And one of the things you can do is But notice Nav, he's saying, what do you need? Because we can trade for certain things, because I have tons of skins. I have so many skins, it's not even funny. The problem with my leatherworking is I'm at the point where I need to make stuff. And, yeah, I'll show you when I get back. I'm pretty high level, or I should say mid level. I'm mid level. I wouldn't. I was hoping. There he is. Oh, all right. I know he's sitting right there. There we go. That's better. Rabbits are easy. Deer are hard. Rabbits are easy. But yeah, if you want to do this on your own, you can. It just takes longer. Where did I... Usually there's a red dot. Where did I put the red dot? Oh, there it is. I just want the skin. Again, this is irrelevant to me. Irrelevant. All right. But the so as you can assign a mentor to the new people, and they can ask questions and be able to level more efficiently, or apply themselves to a position that they want to pursue. Right? As a leader in a clan, I wouldn't necessarily say, if somebody wanted to be a fighter, I'd be like, great, here's a weapon, go fight. See the blacksmith for armor, or the armor smith for armor, and weaponsmith for a weapon. Go get that level up as high as you can. And if your weapon or armor need repaired, which they will, you'll have to trade them off, let the person repair them. Right? Plans are a little bit different. If I needed to do that from somebody else, I would have to. It would be more difficult, right? Meaning I'd have to trade for, which isn't more difficult. It's role playing. In town, you would have to do certain things to gather resources, right? And they added gold to the game, which is okay. Honestly, I'd rather trade for resources than gold. I don't care to actually trade for gold. Not yet. Because the devs haven't come up with anything just yet, but the economy's run right now by the players. So you can go around collecting all this flax like I'm doing and actually make a pretty good living. Because people just don't want to do or take the time, right? They want to... They might want to level up more efficiently in tailoring and say, hey, does anybody have any flax? Flax is also used for a couple other things, but for the most part, it's tailoring. Straw. It's used for straw, if you were wondering, as I'm being cryptic in a teaching podcast. There we go. And with boars, they love to come at you. So you wait. Oh, wow. I'm pretty much... Oh, I got 25. All right, so it won't take all of these. And what I want to do is I want to be careful. There we go. All right, so you pick that up and then you grab it. Because you didn't pick it up, the stack. Look at that. I'm already out of... what are these? 20 minutes? 20 minutes. The health on that is pretty good. I couldn't play the game in some of the areas I go to with the stamina being that low. Every time you take a hit or block a hit, you're getting stamina. Your stamina's taking a hit. Oh, I knew I was missing that one. Really? I'm just not taking it seriously, I suppose. There we go. Again, just for skinning. Don't care about anything other than skinning. Rabbits are used for chunking meat and making meat strips for cooking. So arrows are probably your best shot at getting a ton of rabbit carcasses, and then you're going to be using charcuterie like all the time. So for cooking, charcuterie, mining, and wood cutting are your three that are more than likely going to go up to 40 right away. I know mining and wood cutting are definitely going to do it, so don't worry about those. They will reach or make it to 40 very quickly. Everything else is your decision, really. You're going to develop adequate skills in certain areas when you need them. For example, wine making and brewing for me, right? It's not that high. Do I want it high? I don't know, honestly. Jeez, he's 108. That's not bad. All right, so what you should do for leveling is keep all your stuff around, by the way. Notice how I keep my tailoring area, my leatherworking area, my alchemy area, all relatively close to one another, and then downstairs I have my blacksmith, carpentry, armor, and weaponsmithing, along with my furnaces. And that's on purpose, for sure. Alright, so I do need linen string, but fine linen is where I'm going to gain my experience. So I'm going to make a crap load of this. And as I create it, the stack is going to be 50, so I'm gonna create stacks, and I'm gonna lose a lot of this because I'm only at moderate, and that's why I really want to level up, because this is ridiculous. When I get up to better armor or finer clothes, you will. I have a feeling fine linen string is the highest linen. Rough cotton cord is probably just that. It's probably rough, and then from rough you go usually coarse to rough, and then to the named item, and then to the fine named item. So this is like I said, this is the easiest way to level up in your home valley. Tailoring is just literally going out. First, see, I could get involved in this trade between Nave and Aiden, but Aiden doesn't have anything for me. I don't want anything from him. Not because I don't want anything from him. It's just he's lower level. I mean, he's still doing stuff that like leatherworking with certain things, and like what level is he? Leatherworking at a certain level, like mine, you're making different functional pieces of armor and equipment. What that does for you, or what you need to do that, is blacksmithing, because you need buckles. You need iron wrought buckles instead of iron buckles, or you'll need steel buckles instead of iron wrought buckles. And that's where I have to level my blacksmithing so I can get to the steel buckles so I can make those. So everything has its place, and everything will start to fall into place. The other thing I can't stress this enough. The developers said this, and I like the game because of it. If you try to master everything, you will eventually, but don't think for one instance that you will be mastering everything. Let me see what I'm doing here. I am doing 3 things at once. So as you're learning from me, I'm showing you, which is a visual learners, which rely on that. Usually visual storytelling, which I'm doing, right? So we can say for the most part, I'm fulfilling the visual. I'm also fulfilling the audio. What I'm not doing, is realized that is leather. I don't know why that's there. Here we go. What I'm not doing is the I'm gonna butcher this. Can't let me think. Kinesthetic? Kinesthetic? Anyway, the interactive part. That'll be up to you. I don't think that you'll have any problem with doing that, though. So, in this instance, I'm doing the audio and visual, and you're tasked, the listener, if you wish to follow my advice, you are tasked with actually going out and doing it and applying what you've learned. I think I can do one more. I might have to set up another cabinet. I have another cabinet. Cabinets are advanced. I can't build one in the current world. I'll just say that outright. Because I need to get steel. All right. So now I've done that, we can go get more of. Look at that wind going off in the grass. Come on, can't this visually stunning game? Visually stunning. I think everybody will enjoy that. I think the devs are hitting it out of the park with the visuals. There's some population issues, meaning where they, how far you can see and what populates when, and it's not too bad. This is dangerous, by the way. Don't do this, or don't try this at home. There we go. I will not get all of these, and I don't care because I fell once before. And you will die. You will die. I found out, yeah, 220 hit points is probably not enough to survive that. But if you're gonna die, die near your home. Because that way you don't have to fight through monsters to actually figure out if you're gonna survive again to get to your body. There we go. All right. Sometimes it's just not worth it. I could probably I was thinking if I fell and grabbed it at the same time while dying, I would have it in my inventory. I would still be dead. All right, where are we going? You don't really have to go that far for flax as well. So if you're, the way I look at it is, the finer clothes I can make, the more parties I can go to. I could see you generating like a get together, like a holiday get together for your clan, or even other people. Say wear your finest because you're home when you're in the home area, the home valley. You shouldn't need weapons. You can bring them. Nobody can attack you anyway, so it's a big deal. But there we go. We go this way. I think there's some more this way. Nope. Okay, let's go this way. This guy has so many furnaces. I'm thinking it's a clan. That's a lot of furnaces. The furnaces are difficult to build. Until recently, in this iteration of the world, I couldn't build furnaces. I was lacking the ability to farm granite, which you need. But now I can. You need a wrought iron pickaxe sequel, number 2. A number 2. And this is my life for right now until I level up. I want to level up at least once, and then I'll go do something spectacular. Maybe even die spectacularly. That person. I wasn't expecting it down there, but I'll go. And depending on how fast you want to create the materials, you'll want to build more looms. Looms give you the materials like cloth to make stuff on your tailoring bench. But what they do not do is give you any experience. But you're getting the experience from making the actual article of clothing and actually making the thread. And like I said, those got up to 40 very quickly. Where is he? Usually his name over here. There he is. There we go. I didn't know where he was going. I'm just gonna end him there. Actually, I don't need that, so I'll just throw it up. Alright. So when you're learning, what I learn pretty much in any aspect of the learning curve. Sometimes I want to I think everybody to some degree. Sometimes I like to learn through touch and feel and doing. Sometimes I like to learn from audio. Sometimes I like to learn from video. Right? Let's see. These are, and honestly, with Pax Dei, you're going to learn pretty much everywhere. But when you're at work, is your leader attentive to those needs? Everybody learns differently, so everybody's gonna, if you don't, as a leader, understand. I thought I had him. There we go. I always gotta practice on these guys. Not that I need to, but skinning. Like I said, I'm out. Usually I'm out just to gather the resource. Ah, crap. This is gonna hurt. I had to take the hit because I don't have a melee weapon. That's alright. That's okay. Well, like I said, I'm not in the middle of a spooky forest, so taking a few hit points to damage here and there. Like, I'm almost recovered anyway, so not a big deal. Did I make it before the flags actually disappeared? Sometimes the things you farm disappear, right? Like all the skins that I'm leaving on the ground. Yeah, they disappeared. I shouldn't have to go that far from my home, actually, to get another batch of this. And that's the other thing you want to calculate, right? How long will it take for you to get the resources? And sometimes the adventure of the resource, or the time it takes to get the resource, is pretty hefty. And as you can see, my resources started to respawn. So that's good for me. I don't mind that at all. There we go. Let's see. Do you like to? Here's a question for everybody. Do you like tutorials in your MMOs, or even at your job? Do you like those? I don't know. With MMOs, I'm split. Right? Like, for example, Throne and Liberty. If you make mistakes in your leveling, you're gonna forever feel those mistakes. In Pax Dei, I don't see it as much. Meaning, I can't see it as it would impact you that much. If you want to change careers, you can change careers right away. Right? You can start focusing on something right away. It doesn't put you behind anybody else, unless you're considering somebody that's a cook already at level 40. Yeah, you're behind him. But why are you comparing yourself to him? As a matter of fact, in the real world, why do we compare ourselves to other people? We are us. We are individuals. Where we are in life is because we had other choices that were made for us sometimes. I'd rather control when I fight. Especially since I don't have a melee weapon. I don't really want to take up a spot because that gives me less flax that I can carry. It's true everywhere, but when I go into the more difficult zones, I have to worry about survival over amount of places to store stuff. I'm gonna have to find another place that I can put one of these. Not sure where I'm gonna put it. I guess I can store the fine linen string downstairs. Or I could just make fine linen bolts of fabric. That way, it takes up less room. That might be the way to do it. Where am I on this? 200,000. So you can do quick calculations as well. Don't rely on it. So I have 200,000 and divide it by, say, 3,800. And say 3,500 just in case. That means I need 57 more wins. So I probably need about 104 more. 104 more flax bundles. Minus whatever this is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, Well, let's say 104 because I was being conservative on the other. I was being conservative on the other calculation because I'm at 273 right now. So this is use a calculator if you really want to know how many bundles you need, right? I need at least 77 more, and I have what 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28 spaces. So if I need 50 something, this is going to take me at least 2 more trips. And remember, because it's at 50%, which is moderate, essentially, you're not going to get as many successes as you might think you get. So keep that in mind as you're moving through your leveling. If you want to know when you're going to level next, and that's great, right? Like for now, because I'm in the middle of the podcast, I'm sitting there going, well, what can I teach these? Normally I wouldn't care. I just take a look at the 244 and say, yeah, I gotta go get more. There you go. But this is how I learn, right? So sometimes I just blank out on games and like I just want to enjoy the game. I want to learn the game. I want to have fun with the game because I'm going to learn the game, but I don't need to monitor the game, right? Let's see if I can throw that in there. I really don't need any fine linen cloth, but I'll do it. There we go. Let's see if I can put this in here. Nah, I didn't think so. Let's hope the same space. To no avail. I definitely don't have room for that. So let's move this downstairs. What are these fine linen? I really need these near each other. Yeah, I don't have anything. You'll need this string, by the way, in order to sew things together. So don't. That's another thing. You don't want to expend all your resources. Understand the things you make will take or cost something to that effect. Think of it how you would build something, right? If you're building something, what would it take? Well, if I'm sewing something, I'm going to need the thread. Also going to need the actual bolt of material, right? All right, let's see. I got at least 2 more runs to do this. One of the things that I do count on with learning styles, especially if I'm the leader of a clan, is you need to ask your players what they think their learning style is. And you can apply this to business as well. What you don't want to do is try to observe and then catch somebody on a day where they're using one of their other learning abilities because it was more convenient for them at the time, not necessarily more. It wasn't necessarily better for them to use it, but they used it maybe because they were in a rush, right? So they're using auditory because they were doing something else, right? I do that a lot. I'm typing or I'm thinking about something else, but I'm listening to something in the background, which is valid. You still can learn. It's just your efficiency does go down. I will say that. And the other thing is, if you're not doing or maintaining the knowledge that you acquired, you will lose knowledge gradually. I think the last time I looked at the statistic, it was like 70% of the knowledge would be gone in the first year. You can recall certain things, but 70% out of the 100% of the knowledge is gone because you had no use for it. Your mind I like to think your mind is a hard drive. It puts it in the recycle bin because you need drive space for other things. Can you recall it eventually? That's one thing about the mind that always makes me awe and I'm in wonder of. Because if you think about the mind itself, it's pretty amazing that you can recall things you think you had forgot. Now, what's the accuracy of the recall? That's a different story, honestly. Let's see. Uh, let's see if he. I didn't think Nav. I thought Nav was a little bit more knowledgeable in White Creeks. But we, like I said, we don't know what we don't know. And if he or she, I don't know, Nav, if they are doing a path late in the game, they can be very high armors, right? And then they're like, right, what I got all these white grapes, what do I use them for, right? And that creates a, like I said, you can turn on a dime what your what you want to do as far as a career is concerned. So this game does not lock you in, and wow, let me go deep on you here. This game is, for all extensive purposes, all intensive purposes, intensive purposes, a parallel for life. Just because you don't have a skill doesn't mean you can't acquire it, no matter how old you are or how young or old you think you are. I picked up my programming language in Python, geez, a couple years ago, late in my life, because I wanted to, because gaming and artificial intelligence were based off of Python, and Python has some really good modules for AI. So, yeah. This is a good game to understand that you will be able to do stuff that may not fit your agenda, but eventually you're like, okay, I gotta do it, or I want to do it. Maybe he wants to get carpentry up. Well, that's what white grapes are for. That aesthetics on your home. And one thing that I do want to mention is I'm taking the time out of the podcast to respond to people because I feel that people, it's a community game, it's an MMO. So you need to, in my opinion, join with the community. So it's an MMO, right? Look at that sky. Those clouds are actually moving. If I stop, they're moving and forming. They're morphing. Just like the physics in those clouds are really cool. Done that. There we go. Ah, crap. Forgot about him. I didn't think he actually responded. This is why you eat, no matter where you are in the game. He would have been close to taking me out if I didn't have the hit points I did. But like I said, I'm in Home Valley. I'm not really worried about potions or anything. I could take a potion of healing real quick. Why waste it? Because potions of healing are expensive to make. Meaning I gotta go get glass, then I gotta go get... In this case, I have to get... I can't remember the mushroom. All I just remember is like it's fools. It has fools in the title. There we go. Alright. Got all those. I can go to the next one. Which means there's gonna be a board there. Somebody did something. Gotta remember. Let's see. Let's use some tactics here, because... you gotta be kidding me. And I still got it. I was hoping to avoid the 16. Nope. I knew about it, too. Like I said, it doesn't bother me so much. It's only 16 hit points, and I recover pretty fast, actually. I'm kind of liking this combination of syrups. There we go. And there we go. I don't know why it's not notifying. Alright, I'm gonna take a drink of Zevia. I've been talking for a little bit. Zevia, non-sponsored spot, but it is zero sugar. Stevia is another plant, so don't think that the plant is bad for you. It is better for you than sugar is. But... let me make sure I don't have anything. I noticed I had wool the last time. There we go. And then that. And then that. Okay. I didn't have my hand on the home though. Oh man, what a day. How's everybody else doing? Day, night, wherever you are in the world. Give me a throw in the chat. Let's see. So onboarding, believe it or not, somebody reached out to me and they found the content pretty good. So if you'd like to share this with other Pax Dei players that aren't advanced, or even if they are advanced, I'd like to get their feedback, because learning is about groups of individuals that learn. Imagine science. It's literally about science. That's how scientific doctorates or research papers, the research paper is formed not for the consumer, but for other people in the field, saying this part of the research paper is what I found. What have you found? Let's take both together, and perhaps we can find another research paper to add to the body of knowledge. So that's basically how I look at this game as well. You're adding to the body of knowledge. All right, let me do this. I want to go get my my hammer. think I put my hammer... I gotta put my hammer somewhere where I can find it. I never put the hammer anywhere I can find it. There it is. Alright, let's put that here, and just throw that in there. Okay, so it's on number 2. And I gotta be careful where I want to put this, because... 2. I think I got cabinets over here. Oh. Seriously? Let's do that. I'll come back over for it. I'm probably going to put another loom next to that loom, so I don't want to put the thing there. Maybe I make it like a room? Let's see if I can take this out. Alright, I'm still green. That's not what I was looking for. And I can't make anything just yet. Awesome. I did this the wrong way. Learning. I am learning. Let's throw all this in there for now. And then, take everything there. Take those. Take that. That. Alright, now I can create my floor again. Oh my gosh. Let's hope I can. Sometimes there's something in the way. Easier to destroy, so to speak. There we go. And then I can get rid of that. Alright. Then I can craft the furnishing I need. Maybe I do this. Or do I do this, maybe? This is where I get a little OCD, in my opinion, but that's okay. Oh, I can't. Well, maybe I can. I could do that. Alright, so that's my measuring stick. So when I look at this... I can do that. And then I can take out that. And I can put this here. There we go. And then I can put that in there. Don't need that anymore. I'll put the pegs in there. Alright. That's fine. There we go. I needed to do that anyway. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here today? I actually had a little bit of, let me, throw this in the chat. Always a good question, right? What type of learner are you, and how does it impact the way you approach games like Pax Dei? There's no wrong answer here, by the way, and that's another thing we have to talk as a culture. There is no wrong to these conversations. There's different, but there's no wrong. If we talk about morals and ethics, we might be finding some grounds where we might want to consider somebody wrong. But for the most part, no. Let's see, where are we? So yeah, this is the community grows, right? By fostering diverse learning stuff. Well, not fostering, but people become diverse within their skill sets, which create a learning curve for other people, whether they intend it or not. Right? If a baker needs baking goods or ingredients, and the fighter goes out and retrieves those from the dire areas, right, where they have to fight dire wolves and all kinds of ghosts. I don't think there's goblins. I'm sure they'll do it. The Zebians or the Justicars, or the bears, or the Will-O-Wisps, which I haven't. They're 90 level 99. I think groups have to take the Will-O-Wisps. I don't think anybody really can take Will-O-Wisps at this point. And there are magic swords, by the way. You just gotta find them. That's a big deal. In the last game, people could make magic swords. Like, killing named people are named PvEs will give you access to certain undiscovered products. Keep that in mind as you're going through the scaling trees. If you don't kill something or find something, you might not be able to find. You won't be able to discover something that's undiscovered. However, you'll still move up in level, right? So I definitely don't want to make people believe that just because you don't go out in PvE doesn't mean you can't level. That's not what I'm saying. But you learn these things. Like somebody could say, I found these white armored gloves. I can make them now. You can't transfer that knowledge to an armorer. So if their armor is not with you, then the armorer has to go with you to find that undiscovered knowledge. That I haven't decided whether the devs should change or not. Well, they shouldn't really. And the reason I say that is if you provide undiscovered items to people, or the recipes of undiscovered items, that means the person doesn't have to go anywhere, and the whole clan can just bring that person what they need, which isn't very fun. That doesn't make a fun game. You want to foster or bring that person with you and maybe defend them to the nth degree. Alright, so we'll put these in here. And I will go and throw those in there. Can I throw these in here? Yeah. Throw this in there. I'll organize this a little bit better, but for now, this isn't bad. Alright, let's see. I'll put my hammer away. I should put it in a place where I'll find it again. Let's put it in here. Because I need to. This is my building chest. There's another hammer. That's because I couldn't find the first one, by the way. Joke's on me. Yeah, it's on. Anyway. At any rate, let's go get more. And I'm at a fairly high level here, so, trying to achieve a fairly high level. So it's taken me a lot longer. At low levels, you will find that it's nowhere near a, I think levels, I think someone said it the other day during the game, like, levels 120? Yeah, no problem. No problem. 20 through 40? Yeah, good luck. Yeah, the curve gets exponentially harder. And that's alright. We can deal with that. again, this game is you want to be playing for years. If and the devs know that they want to keep you on the server, or at least playing for years. You know, they don't want you just to reach level 40 and everything and be like, I'm bored. There's no need for me to go into a clan. Honestly, I think clans are going to be necessary regardless of level, especially in fighting, because of flanking bonuses. It seems they don't do any more damage, but man, when three of the when three of the enemies surround you, you're taking 3 times the damage. And honestly, even if you have your best armor on, I'd question whether or not that's going to be enough to save you, because it gets difficult when you're fighting more than one. I can fight, and it depends on the area as well. Like if I were to fight 2 or more in the Whispering Souls, I think they're called, in the Whispering Souls area. So let me graphically. This area here where the 5 is, the Roman numeral 5 is a dungeon. It has Whispering Souls. There are 2 each, and I can't take them, even my good armor. It's very difficult. I mean, yeah. By the time I get to the dungeon, you're fighting 3 or 4. Even in, where is it? Up here again, you're fighting 3 or 4 of them at a time. But these 2 positions, if you notice, are not in any shire. They're not in a named area. I call them the Merry Wildlands, right? Because that's what they. The down is here, and Merry Wildlands is actually here, and it's not drawn very well. But that's hard to do. These Inquisition are very hard. These Whispering Souls are very hard. These Zebians are almost impossible for me. Again, here's the reason why clans work and individual solo adventuring may not work in the future for me. And that's okay. And that's because it's an MMO. It's been classified as an MMO. I think I should make friends and influence people to enjoy the game more. And I probably, once I find a good plan and once I think I can contribute halfway decently to it, I will definitely want to take that knowledge. Remember, you have server life. The funny. See if I can get the advantage of seeing it. There it is. Just for skinning. Don't care. And you always want to practice with your weapons anyway. If I can hit a rabbit, I'm probably going to hit pretty much everything else that I aim at. Except for deer. Deer, I don't know what it is. It's deer are the luckiest animal in this game for me. It's the funniest, absolutely hilarious. I couldn't tell you why I can't hit a freaking deer. It's like put them up, but it's that old saying, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Well, yeah, I couldn't hit the narrow side of a barn trying to hit a deer. God, it's so frustrating. Or I'm okay on. A rabbit, I'm okay on. No, I don't need the boar. Every time you jump, you take stamina, by the way. So people who are used to those games that you jump to get out of combat and stuff, or avoid being hit, yeah, you can. get yourself tired from jumping. So blocking is better, although not the best, but better. So just a little pro tip there. Don't jump in combat unless you want to get a hit, because you're not going to jump over somebody's... Well, you might, but because they did put a little dynamic into it of height of the weapon attack. So you can actually miss. And that's another portion of the game that if you're going to become a warrior and do different weapons and stuff, master every weapon, if you will, understand your foe, because your foe's going to take damage based off of like slashing or piercing or blunt. They're going to take more on one area than another. Pay attention. Pay attention to your damage. Piercing is arrows. Piercing gets them to me, but it doesn't do a lot of damage to a couple different entities, which is not great. But again, learning. You learn. One of the things I've always said on this channel, and I will continue to say on this channel, is when you are talking about learning, the one way you learn is to fail. If you do not fail, you do not learn. Sorry. That's just facts right there. Probably gonna come up to a 4 here. Anyway, so keep that in mind as we're playing the game and as different things happen. Take note of my weapon, how much damage I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I can take a weapon. I'm at a level that I'm high enough now as we can take weapons into the Justicar, or not Justicars, I keep calling them the Inquisitors, and we can figure out which weapons do the most damage to them. Oh, and if you think there's not enough weather on the game, you observed correctly. There's no weather, except for sunny and cloudy and dark. They're working on that. Yes, yep. They're gonna have weather. I think that'll be a major update, because I'm really excited to see what they do with it. This sport always goes around that. I don't know why. Again, skinning. By the way, here you go. Journal skinning. I have 30 more of these to skin. Well, any animal. But if you look now, I'm at 2,900. So you get 100 per. That's one skill that's going to make it to 40, because I need animals to survive. And I'm going to be killing animals to survive as well. Like if I want bear stew, I'm going to have to kill a lot of bears. I'm going to have to skin a lot of bears. Therefore, that will go up to 40 eventually. I don't have to quote-unquote work on it. It wouldn't be bad. I need some exterior lighting, don't I? The interior looks really cool, and I haven't done that one yet because I haven't finished it. That's gonna be, I don't know what the second level is gonna be. Well, hit it in the chat. What should I make that? What should I make that? I don't know. I honestly, I couldn't tell you. Alright, let's see. 25 more. So that's at least, we'll say it's 12. 12 times 3,500. That's 42,000. Yeah, I'm gonna need at least 3 more runs, maybe? Well, you get experience even if you fail, but it's trivial amounts of experience, right? So we don't think about that experience as much. And I just knocked on my mic, so I want to see if my mic is still working. And it is. Good. All right. One time I went through a podcast and I I clicked on it to see how the audio was, and it was absolutely horrible. So now I'm looking at the audio feedback methodology every once in a while. I can't do what professionals do, where they listen to the audio while they're talking. I cannot do that. So what I do is I take it off my ears, or I don't take it off. So I like to hear the game because I'm gaming, and I have to have the headset on in order to do that. So that's part of it. Part of my trials and tribulations, what I learn and what I don't learn. As a matter of fact, to do this podcast, I had to learn about podcasts, how to set up your mic, what mics to use, what mics would be the best. I don't have the best mic. I do not have the best mic. I have a $99 mic. That's it. It is a, what do we call that? A condensing mic. But it's still, it's not a really expensive microphone. I was thinking about getting a HyperX Quadcast S, but I'm not sure I want to. I have to look at the reviews. They're 159 bucks. I heard they're really great quality for what they are. I don't know. A lot of people use the Shure series, and I would love that, but they're like 300 bucks for a decent one. 200 for the low one. So learning is, maybe if I have an audience and I get to that point where I need a professional type audio system, maybe I see like there's a lot of people who use it, but I see it a lot on YouTube, the Shure series, which is fine. I just, not for me. Looks like it's going to take at least one more time. At least one more time. That's all right. We're going to do this tonight before the podcast ends. We're doing this. And then maybe tomorrow I'll go to the Marylands for cotton. Cotton is the Mare Woodlands in the swampy area. And I might actually try to take a Zebian. I don't see why I couldn't. Oh, wait, before I do that, I think I left one of them over here. Yep, I did. And I do have a minor healing potion. And I do have 20 of these, so it's just gonna reset. Okay. I barely use the Aegis potion. I think I've used the Aegis potion when I'm running away. That's what I learned. Because the Aegis potion cooldown is 10 minutes. For 25 seconds, you take substantial less damage. Like 198 slashing, piercing, and blunt is absorbed. So on top of your armor, because they stack, which is phenomenal. That's a good, thank you. And getting away, that would actually work. And I was learning that. I was like, I could have used that yesterday, but I didn't. Let's see, I might need to make another wound. That's alright. Not right now, though. Let's go get some more flax. And this is what I want to do for tailoring. I want to get it up as high as I can. So if they're going to allow me to use flax, I don't have to go anywhere dangerous. I just have to run around and get it. And as you can see, I was talking on the MMO style, so I'm getting to know people, making friends, which is all part of the MMO experience. So, yeah, learning. And what was it today? I was watching some of the shorts, and that's a time sink. I gotta stop doing it. But there's some good ones out there, right? There's some really cool entertainment that are independent entertainers, and I like it. But the one thing that I did notice is one of these shorts, one of the creators was like on the doing the corporate stuff, and they were like, why go out to socials, like corporate socials, like they framed it as Gen Z. I really am getting tired of the generation talk, honestly, because we can have a whole podcast about the generation talk, but in this case, they were talking about Gen Zs. We'll just leave it at that, and how they don't want to go out after work on social functions from work. And the reason to me is pretty sound. I don't want to be at work more than I have to, and I don't want to talk to people that I work with more than I have to. I'd like to be home with my family. And I'm like, yeah, that's a valid reason. Why spend time? Because the work, and we could, like I said, we can talk about this on another podcast. But I thought, as far as an MMO is concerned, I'd rather spend time with people on an MMO than my work cohorts. Not that I dislike my or the people who I work with. It's just they don't want to see me too, outside of work either. So, this one might not be in my reach. You would think that would work, but it's not. And if I fall, I'm dead. It's just a piece of flax. Leave it alone. What did it do to you? You learn to take chances, and then you learn to be, hey, it's all good. I don't mind falling to my death for a little flax. If it were some other component, I'd be more apt to enjoy the falling to my death. But yeah, when you're in an MMO, you forge friendships, right? Or any game really that has that MMO feel, whether it's an RPG or not. And it's a lot of fun. And when you learn how people learn, and when you have those conversations, and you're open and honest with people, it makes for a really good culture in game, right? It makes it so you feel more confident in game than you do in the real world, not because of any real gaming reason, but the fact that the culture and the belief system that you forged in the MMO is aligned with a relaxed attitude and a learning attitude. And some attitudes that, let's face it, that we're nice to each other on MMOs for the most part. Unless you get to the PvP area, and this is another reason why I like Pax Dei, the PvP area is the PvP area. I don't have to go to the PvP area to enjoy the game. I love that about the game. That is one of my highlights. If they ever change that, I would actually consider not playing it, because I don't want to PvP as much. Not because I can't, because that's not the game I want to play. So where am I? I'm at the village, or at the city within in this iteration. I am in Gale. I like Gale. Gale is nice. I wonder what that looks like to other people. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. I need that. I pick up random stuff because I'm trying to pick up the flax in a hurry. miss any? Yeah, I did. A lot. This guy is building something really. That's another thing I love about this game is the amount of artistry that you can really show off and architecture skill, right? I mean, that's round using. There's no round pieces, but it's pretty damn cool. It's as close as round as you can get with stone that's all on single edges, which is, like I said, pretty cool. Learning. There was one time in the old world. Oh no. That I tried to build as high as I could. I learned a lot from that. Not that I needed to in this world. 3 stories is good enough. I think I can get that last story up and running. But there is going to be some shoring up I need to do. I want to go down this way. But I know for a fact there's a board. And he surprised me twice. So I'm just going to go over to this guy's house. Around his wall. I like how he set it up. It's kind of cool. It's not efficient for skilling up. Like I said, if you want to skill up, you want everything near you. Within proximity of... Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god, he's moving just as I'm releasing. There we go. There we go. Now I can drop everything. I might be able to get 2 skins out of this. Skinning and tailoring. And that's how it usually happens, right? Skinning is one, like I said, one of those skills that's gonna reach 40 no matter what. Ah, why is it undirected? No. Here we go. Keep it there. I don't need this out though. So yeah, there's a lot to the game. There's a lot to skilling and learning in life, and I would highly advise everybody to know what learning they like to or thrive with. And it does behoove you to ask, especially if you're trying to teach somebody or mentor somebody, hey, what's the best way you learn? It's direct. And then give them auditory, kinetically, kinematically, I don't know, or visually. And they might tell you, like, hey, I really I'm good with visuals. I'm not so good with listening. And, all right, I'll give you some in listening. I'm gonna make you listen if you really want the information. But I'm not going to rely on it, right? I'm not going to rely on the fact that maybe I'll make some PowerPoints. Maybe I'm really good at PowerPoints. Maybe that's a good way. Or note taking. You know, take some notes. Listen to me, take some notes. That might be a way to offset some of the lessons. And I highly advise, and because companies will not do this for you, some companies. There are some very few companies that actually create a mentorship program for you. And they're good. But I would highly advise you to go seek a mentor, which is basically somebody who's going to teach you the ropes, not only on your job, but about the company, the industry, who to talk to achieve goals. There's a lot to the mentorship, or just make friends. I have friends all over my company, and we have a little network, and we get things done for each other. And sometimes if a process breaks, we can fix it temporarily. And we get accolades for it. We let our, managers know, hey, by the way, this shouldn't have happened, but we made it happen. And it's a great time. But I am passionate about Pax Dei because I will play this. It's funny, I was talking to my daughter and I was like, this is like Minecraft, but better. It really is. But you can't fly yet. And I seriously think they're working on horses. There's some concept art that they might be working on horses. So I think they're going to be there at some point. There's going to be a patch that allows horse riding, and if it does, I will be in heaven. I don't mind running, but horses would help. It just would help. It wouldn't be. So if the devs are listening, hey devs, horses by any chance? Horses. Alright, I'll probably end up stopping this depending on my success rate. So I have 63,000 to go. Technically, I'll only need like 10? Maybe? I don't know. Let's just keep going until it happens. We're getting out there on the 2-hour mark on the podcast, so I don't want to bore everybody with just going through and crafting until I level up, but I will keep talking about what we've been talking about, and I will level up in front of you on the podcast. Give me your comments. Could I have done this more efficiently? Is there a better way of doing it? Is like I said, the cotton is really far away, but the linen wasn't, right? So I was able to get about 400,000. Well, no, let's call it 350,000 experience points tonight in an hour and 40 minutes, and let's say an hour and 30 minutes. Let's say an hour and 30 minutes, because some of that time was me messing around with trying to get food and find stuff, right? But usually I would have went for a easy or very easy, because they would have gave me a good portion of the experience points, and I would have succeeded more. But the star will give me about 150, and as you're seeing now, the difficult one, or the moderately difficult one, is giving me about 3,500 on average. So when you're looking at those type of statistics, and you have to do this in your mind, skilling will be a judgment call. I could find the flax much faster than I could the cotton, and in greater quantity. So spend 40 minutes running to the location to get a portion of the cotton. Not all, but a portion of it, because cotton is rare. Not rare, but you have to run it all over the map to get a lot of it in the Merry Wildlands. And you could bring it back and then do it and have to run all the way back, whereas flax was more efficient. There we go. We just leveled. That noise was leveled. So now it's easy. So I should just keep doing this one, honestly, because I'm getting, let's see what I get. And of course I fail on the one I'm looking for. Let's see. There we go. 3,800. So I'm getting about the same amount. So, okay. Let's do it. You know what I mean? That is perfect. And I'm going to have a lot of fine linen to go back. And create stuff with. Really? It went to easy, but it's still hard. That's fine. Gain the level. So once you gain the level, you go over to the tailoring table and see if anything, because that is a tailoring skill. So these tailoring skills become easier. Cloth and band. I'm gonna make it. I don't need to, but I'm gonna make it. Rough cotton cloth. Interesting. And notice you have the rough cotton cloth and the rough cotton cord. You make the cloth out of the cord, but you need both to actually make or create the item. So keep that in mind as you're going through these. And I think that demonic, you need a sigil of Nimmerup and a worn out sigil. I don't know where I'm gonna get those. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it's the Zebians. Should I be wearing this? I have no idea. Let's check out what my equipment is. Still got some lifetime on that. Alright. Well, that was one level. Let me check out my skinning. Maybe I just go on a killing spree. No, not that. Not that. There we go. I need 25 animals. Should we just go out, kill 25 animals real quick? I still got 10 minutes. Let's do it. And no, before you ask, you can't skin the Inquisition dude. Here. I'll bring that, and I'll bring a couple melee weapons. I'm not gonna bring back anything that's really any and I'm gonna stay in the home valley, so I'm gonna take equipment that is okay. I'll use the sword. I like the spear, but I'll use the sword. And maybe I'll take. Yeah, if I do, let me see. Let me take. What should I take? It's only 25 animals, so my weapons will be fine. Maybe an axe. I'll take an axe and a pick. Just because I should, in case I need to. I don't know. And now that I'm on the killing spree, and I'll probably go back out and get more linen because it's at easy, and I thought that guy would regenerate. All right, cool. It's at easy. So like I was saying on the strategy, when you're looking at different things to skill or level up, look for easy or very easy if to get close to the experience of a moderate. If you have a moderate or a very hard, you'll get like a couple hundred more experience points. However, you'll lose more material. So if you don't mind losing more material, getting less experience on average, it'll be your calculation, but I'm telling you, pro tip, go with easy or very easy until you can't. Don't do trivial. Trivial is not going to give you enough experience. It's basically trivial is if you failed at easy or very easy or moderate or very hard or hard. So if you fail at those, then you're pretty much you're gonna get what trivial will give you, unless you want the item. If you want the product, then by all means, that would be yeah, fair game, right? Because you get something out of the transaction other than experience. You'll get some experience, you just won't get a lot of experience. am trying to get to the hunting grounds. I think I can hunt in here fairly good. Nothing could kill me unless I make a real big mistake. And I'll drop them later. I need no divine mushrooms. If I see blueberries, I'll pick them up. There is something I can make with blueberries. So if I do see them, deer are fair game. Any animal are fair game. I thought I heard deer. Let's go over here. And I ran right into the path of the deer. Yeah, I'm not gonna chase the deer. I don't need sand. That's the only thing. Well, you always need sand. If you're an alchemist, you're always gonna need sand. Okay. So don't think you won't. I am passing up resources because I feel that I don't need them. Doesn't mean I won't need them. It just means... Ah, that was way too early. I was hoping to get him by the deer. That was an animated boar. I don't know what it was doing, but I'm just gonna take it out. It should have gotten to me by that point. I thought there was blueberries over here. There they are. Like I said, blueberries are a commodity right now, and I can use them, so. I'm gonna see 2 level ups if I can find 25 animals. Which I know I can. I'm looking for blueberries now. Oh, there's a deer. Let's go get a deer. I didn't scare it away. Ah. Remember that barn I was talking about earlier? Let's see. There's no bear here, luckily. It would take me like 10 minutes just to defeat. It takes me less, but you get my meaning, I think. It's a tough battle. It's fun. I think I've given you a little bit of guidance, right? If I can grab these 2. Really? There we go. I was hoping he didn't get close to his other friend, because once he gets close to his other friend will run. There we go. I was out of arrows, and I got some sticks, and I fashioned wood arrows. And I was using the wood arrows. Because you can craft anytime you're out in the wild, by the way. Just these things. And sometimes that'll get you, that will get you through. And torches do damage. Ah, crap. Ooh. Got lucky there. There's 2 more? No. Wow. Usually there's more animals around. I wonder if Aiden was hunting, so I wonder if they haven't repopulated just yet. That's right, we'll go up here. I don't want to take any dire wolves, though. Really? I just noticed that. That could have been deadly. I could have taken him out with another arrow, but honestly, need more sword work anyway. Oh, there's some blue down here. If I remember right, there's quite a few. So this will be shooting fish in a barrel. Shooting boar in a what do we call this thing? Canyon. I really gotta stop taking these out with arrows. Arrows are not expensive for me anymore, but they take a little bit of time to make. I'm just being lazy. They used to have a little counter on the skinning. I'm not sure why it went away, but that's alright. That's okay. We can click on my oh, hello. Hello. There we go. Go up here. There's gotta be something. Huh? Ah, there's a wolf. Well, we need some practice with my sword. Good. There we go. See if he attacks. I need a better way of fighting these things. Out in the wild. Yeah, he's missing most of the time, which is good. I think I found a little bit better way of attacking them, which is good. Again, learning by doing, right? You gotta think about your strategy, and then you want to morph the strategy based off of the opponent that you're currently combating. Let's see if there's anybody down here. There's a boar down here. I still want to use the arrows into direwolves. For sure. Definitely want to use that strategy to pull them here. But when I'm against two, that's a difficult battle. I gotta figure out a strategy for that. There he is. It's an old boar. Let's get some sword practice. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm getting better with the sword than I had anticipated. That's alright, though. That's okay. So, with this skill, we'll have to get it. I need 8 more. 8 more animals. With blueberries. I thought there was a wolf over here at one point in time. Wow, that went well out of my range. Oh, 2. Glad I did double tap. Let's see if I can do 4 here. There we go. That's 2. Lots of iron down here, so I gotta remember this spot, actually. Let's see if I can hit him. White grapes are always a good thing. There we go. Well, there we go. Can you make it up here? Come on, boy. I saw some more white grapes down here. I was mistaken. That's okay. Not that I need impure iron ore. I got plenty of it. Really? I wasn't even looking on that one. I was like, where's that other deer going? Seems like I'm missing because issues. Really? There we go. Another guy will run. There we go. Oh, really? I just saw that dire wolf there. We'll get that as well. Thought I saw something up there. The more you can farm on skinning, the better your skinning job is. Alright, well, I'm pretty much done then. I'll grab this while I'm here. Is there another one over here? I'll grab that guy. I just don't like direwolves. If I can avoid their hits, I'll be happy. Oh, that was a jump. So I gotta make sure I don't get it to a certain distance. Otherwise, they do a quick... Ooh, that was weird. That was odd. Alright, let's head back. And with that, you saw some strategy on fighting there. Not very good strategy, but it was still strategy nonetheless. Wow, pretty far away from my house. Ah, crap. I triggered that guy, so hopefully he doesn't follow. That's alright. That's alright. As I was saying, the importance of learning other people and yourself. I think Pax Dei does attribute or provide many options for you, and no matter what your gameplay is. I believe one of the biggest things I could probably tell you, and I'm going to try this. Yes. One of the things I'm going to tell you is that, excuse me, patience is needed for this game. Not only needed, it's required. And if you take a realistic tactic to it, right? Or you think about it in this way, I would highly recommend that you think about Pax Dei as an MMO. Most and foremost, get together with people. Don't go off on your own unless you really want to. You can. But if you hit a wall and become frustrated at the game because it's no longer fun because I'm grinding all the time, that's fine. Go join a client. They will help you through that dry patch. Is there? I don't know. This is somebody's. Look, there was somebody's iron, Emphyr iron ore. I know why he has all those there. Like, why you build a pot there? Just to take all your wood? And anyway, at any rate, I'm trying to sum up the game and sitting there talking about somebody's setup for their pole. As you begin to play the game, go further and further into the game, the MMO is important. Use a little spell to get out of that combat radius. There we go. Yeah, that's a hard spell to use. I think if I use that and the Aegis at the same time, I'll pretty much get away from any battle I want to get away from. However, I might go right into a battle that I'm not prepared for. I've done that too as I've run through Zebian outposts. Or was it no, it was Whispering Souls. I just ran right through them like I'm trying to get away from a bear. Good luck. I wish you could aggro the bear into the Whispering Souls. That would be awesome. I can't. So learning MMO, know yourself. Sun Tzu said it best. And I think these questions that I put in the chat, feel free, comment. Give me your take on them. If you do answer them and you have a question for me, I'll be happy to answer it. I think next time is in 2 days at least. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve for me. I will not be online. And then New Year's Day, I will not be online either at night. So I will be back until January 2nd, 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy calendar New Year. I will be saying Happy Chinese New Year when that arrives as well. But at least the English-speaking audience may only celebrate the calendar New Year. So Happy New Year. If you do the Chinese, then you'll hear me say that as well. Or the Lunar New Year is another way of putting it. And there we go. Once you get distance, you pretty much have it. So, with all that said and done, have a good day, have a good night. I do have some music videos out there, so I'll be putting my latest one on X next week, but it is on YouTube as the pre-release. So, FYI. I will be working on another music video. I haven't determined which one yet, which song would be a good one. So I'm gonna kind of consult my family and figure out what we're gonna do there. But I think you'll enjoy Shackles and Shadows. So go watch. Yeah, I think that one. Not only will you enjoy the AI generated video, but I think you'll enjoy the song more. So the AI generated video, I'm still grasping. I'm still getting the prompts down, how to do it, how to yield really good results, etc., etc. So again, learning. I learn by doing some things. On AI, it's more I have to learn. I've read it. I've done my video, my visual, and I have to. And I did a little bit of audio by listening to other YouTubers based off of the AI I'm trying to use. So I'm putting these skills to practice. These are not just me saying go do these things. These are me practicing them in my life, in my business, in my leadership at work. I hope everybody has a great new year though. And well, I'll just sign off with that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Share this show with your friends if you think they'll get some hot tips out of it on the Pax Dei side, or just the conversational side. To see if they like what I have to say on certain issues. If not, I'm like I said, this channel is open ended. I am here to learn. I'm not so riveted in my belief systems. Some, but for the most part, with the topics I bring up, I can be convinced with a good argument or a good information that's posed to me to move toward a different position. Be good to everybody. Be good to yourself. And with that, I will sign off for 2024, and I'll put you into the outro, which is an AI generated song with a little bit of lyric modification from me and ChatGPT, MuseNet to be fair. All right, with that, have a happy new year. Be kind to everybody, and stay safe.
With every step, a lesson learned. From fire's heat to the fields I've turned. The blade and bow, the forge and flame. I sharpen my skills, I play the game. Each day brings a challenge I must face. I train my hands with careful grace. From alchemy's art to the hunter's way, I'll find the strength to seize the day. I carve my path, I walk the line, in the shadow of the ancient sign. Through trial and toil, I'll find my way, learning more with each passing day. The skill of survival, the will to thrive, in a world where the strong survive. I face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight. From the herbs I find to the iron I mold, each lesson learned is a story told. The stars above, they guide my hand. As I hone my craft, I take my stand. In the quiet woods, in the mountains chill, I push myself, I shape my will. With each new tool and every lore, I'm stronger now than I was before. I carve my path, I walk the line, in the shadow of the ancient sign. Through trial and toil, I'll find my way, learning more with each passing day. The skill of survival, the will to thrive, in a world where the strong survive. I face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight. The road is long, but I won't turn back. The lessons I learned keep me on track. With each new skill, the stronger I grow. In the face of the storm, I let my courage show. I've tasted defeat, I felt the sting, but I rise again with each new spring. For knowledge is power, and wisdom the key. I'm forging my path, I'm breaking free. The skill of survival, the will to thrive. In a world where the strong survive, I'll face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight.